What's going on, moviegoers? If you're new to the channel, my name is Christian. Welcome to C-Roll Production. Are you guys still on the high of the new DCU studio slate that James Gunn revealed the other day? I am. I mean, it's really exciting. It's exciting because James Gunn is such a passionate filmmaker, and as a CEO over there at DC Studios, I have a feeling that he's going to deliver some awesome projects. I mean, this whole chapter 1, they've released 10 titles for chapter 1, and he said that was just part of it. That's just part of it. And the crazy thing is, the beginning of DCU Studios is Superman Legacy in 2025. That's just the very beginning, and that's only part of it. I'm like, whoa. That seems like a lot for you guys to be kind of doing this soft reboot or this rebuilding phase of your core characters. So I was like, this could be concerning or this could be brilliant. But there's so much to talk about, you guys. I did my reaction. I'm pretty sure most of you guys have seen my reaction to the slate. I'm pretty excited for some of this stuff that they have coming out. Some of the stuff I have never even heard about, like the Authority and, like the Creature Commandos. I have no idea, no kind of knowledge, no comic book knowledge on these characters, but I'm willing to learn, you guys. I'm willing to really accept what's coming our way for DCU, you guys. I'm really excited to dive deep and talk about it. Chapter 1, you guys, is going to be very, very interesting. Now we're getting 5 movies and 5 shows, including an animated series. So the movies, we have Superman Legacy, we have Batman the Brave and the Bold, we have Swamp Thing, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and we have The Authority. Then we move on to the shows. We have Waller, we have The Lanterns, we have Creature Commandos, that's the animated series, and we also have Booster Gold, which will most likely be starring Chris Pratt. You guys already know James Gunn and Chris Pratt are, they're extremely close because of the Guardians movie, and the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is going to be wrapping up that core group. I doubt we'll see Star-Lord ever again in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I'm completely fine with. And we also have Paradise Lost, you guys. So let's dive deep. So Superman Legacy is going to have a whole fresh start on Superman in the DCU, you guys. And I cannot wait to see how it's going to be done. Apparently, he's going to be 25 years old. Most likely, probably working at the Daily Planet alongside Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen. That's something I really want to see. I feel like we were robbed in the Snyderverse, how Jimmy Olsen was like some operative and got killed off in Batman vs. Superman. I was like, what? Jimmy Olsen is a pivotal character to Lois Lane and Clark Kent. So when that happened, I was kind of bummed out. So I'm really excited to see how James Gunn is going to explore Clark and Superman, really trying to balance his Kryptonian heritage while, trying to be human. It's going to be very, very interesting. And this is going to be the one project that is going to, it's the most important project that they are going to release. It's the start of their chapter. And if they fail at this, everything else is just going to drop. So my expectations are extremely high for this Superman film. And the fact that it comes out in 2025, July 11, 2025, with a stacked year of The Batman 2, Avengers Kang Dynasty, and Fantastic Four. That year is stacked with films, you guys, and I'm so excited about it, man. Look, whoever's going to be playing the new Superman, I just hope that it's pure, it's honest, and it's hopeful. James Gunn had a poll the other day on Twitter about should Superman wear his trunks or no trunks. I'm absolutely pro trunks. Give him the trunks. I want to see him in his underwear again, you guys. That's just, I love the Christopher Reeve stuff. I really do. I adore it so much. I love Brandon Routh as Superman. Henry Cavill was fantastic. I want them to go back to the original roots. I want the colors to be bright. I want all of that good stuff that we're so accustomed to seeing Superman over the course of, the shows or the movies or even the comic books, you guys. So I'm really, really stoked to see how this Superman film is going to play out. Superman Legacy, James Gunn is writing it. Will he direct it? It's a possibility. If you're asking me, I would want him to direct it since this is the most important project in your chapter 1 that you have to land. It's important. You can't get this wrong. You can't get this. It's got to be there. It has to be there, you guys. And then we move on to Batman the Brave and the Bold. Now, this project is a very interesting project. You're going to be introducing Damian Wayne, Bruce Wayne's son. So you're going to have an older version of Batman, right? Okay, I'm fine with that. A little skeptical on them, skipping out and, Dick Grayson and, the previous Robins. So I don't know how I truly feel about that, But this project is very interesting to me. Very interesting. Because we already have the Batman 2 coming out in 2025. That means the Batman and the Brave and Bold probably won't come out till 2027. 2027. Because now you have this problem. You can't have these two Batman projects released in 1 year. That is just weird. I hate the fact that we're getting two versions of Batman because it is going to divide the fans. It is. And it's going to divide the creative the creative makers who are making these films. It's going to motivate them to be like, yo, we really need to nail this. They're doing this over there. We're going to make it better. Because at the end of the day, it is going to be a competition. And I feel bad for Robert Pattinson because now he has to deal with that shit. Now there's going to have to be another Batman who they should cast Jensen Ackles from The Boys and Supernatural to play this older version of Batman. That would go so well. But like I said, there's the issue of having two Batmans, you guys. I don't know how it's going to play out, but I'm really curious to see what's going to happen. If you were asking me, I wouldn't have even done a Batman film. I would have had Batman be like Nick Fury and DCU. You know what I mean? You sprinkle him out through projects. You have him appear. And that's it. That's how I would have did it. And, when you do your big collaborations, that's when you bring your Batman in. Because like I said, you already have a Batman trilogy in the works, along with a bunch of spinoffs from Matt Reeves. So it's going to be a conflict of interest, so to say, you guys. Swamp Thing. I recently just ordered the Alan Moore full run on Swamp Thing. I cannot wait to read about this character. I haven't read any of the comics, but I'm down for some, hard R, horror genre comic book content. That is what I'm really stoked about, you guys. And apparently, James Mangold is in talks to direct this film. That is a huge get. I mean, the brother did Logan, one of the greatest comic book movies of all time. He's directing the new Indiana Jones film. He did Ford v Ferrari. He is gold. And if they can land him, that is massive. And I'm pretty shocked though. I thought James Wan would tackle this, you know what I mean? But he's probably going to be busy with, Aquaman 3 and such. But like I said, Swamp Thing is going to be a very interesting film, and I hope that they do it justice. Get Derek Myers back. He did the show that was canceled because it was wildly super expensive. Not fans didn't watch it, but it was really good. I would definitely try to get Derek Myers back because he did a wonderful job as Swamp Thing, and he was Jason in Friday the 13th. So why not? The Authority, you guys. I was like, who is the Authority? Apparently, it's a team of superheroes with extreme methods formed out of the remnants of the Storm Watch. They care little for politics and law, doing instead whatever it takes to get the job done. Interesting. Some of the members, you have Apollo, you have Jenna Sparks, you have the Midnighter, you have the Doctor, and you have Rose Tattoo. No idea who these characters are at all. But the Midnighter and apparently Apollo have, they're gay and they have a relationship in this particular comic book series. Curious to see if they're going to dive deep into that. But like I said, this is definitely a obscure group of characters. This is definitely a James Gunn type, group of characters that he wants to tackle. Will he write it? Who knows? But if he thinks that this particular group of characters can thrive in a film for DC, then by all means, do it, brother. Do it. Moving on. It's legit like the Guardians. It's like the Guardians and the Suicide Squad, essentially. And he did wonderful with the Guardians of the Galaxy, and he did wonderful with, the Suicide Squad. And Supergirl, the Woman of Tomorrow, Kara Zor-El, you guys. Really curious to see where this is going to fit into everything. Because essentially, I feel like you got to establish Superman first before you kind of establish Supergirl. I'm kind of against having both of these overpowered characters together in the same universe. I would have waited for Supergirl. I would have waited at least until after, Superman 3 or something like that. I feel like it's a little bit too early for Supergirl, but if they think, it's the perfect timing, if they think that, the time is now to introduce Supergirl and Superman at the same time in the same universe, then by all means, do your thing. You know what I mean? But I'm really curious to see, them adapt this particular storyline. Apparently, this storyline is fantastic. I haven't read it. It's sold out on Amazon, so I couldn't order it. Hey. Shh. So I couldn't order it. So hopefully, it's in stock soon so I can order it. Then we move on to the shows like Waller. We have Viola Davis returning for this particular series. She's stoked. She's excited about it. You're most likely going to have the Peacemaker team attached to this project. As far as details, that's about it. We didn't get too much about this. And we move on to the Lanterns, you guys. The Lanterns is a project I'm very interested in and very excited about. Green Lantern, I've been wanting in the DC world for such a long time, since, Ryan Reynolds is Green Lantern. Now the fact that you're going to have Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan at the same time is so exciting. It's an intergalactic cops, Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan, as they uncover a dark mystery that will, reveal what's going to come in the bigger picture moving forward in DC, which I'm excited to kind of discover, because I had no idea what that's about. But I'm excited to see Jon Stewart. I've always wanted to see Jon Stewart as Green Lantern. The fact that we're getting, a kind of like a buddy cop series, I think it's a brilliant idea. I know J.J. Abrams was developing a Green Lantern series forever, but that shit never got off the ground. They even casted a couple of people, but that never got off the ground. But I'm really hoping that it does have that, Bad Boys, Lethal Weapon type feel to it, or like even like a Rush Hour, because you're talking buddy cop. You can do a lot with that. And then other shows like Booster Gold, and then Paradise Lost and Creature Commandos. I'm not necessarily over the moon excited for these projects. Booster Gold, like I said, is probably going to be played by Chris Pratt. They're buddies with James Gunn. And then, you have Creature Commandos. It's an animated series. The animated series and, the video games are all going to be tied in to the bigger picture of the DCU studios, which I'm really, really excited to see how they're going to reveal that, especially video games. I'm like, okay, well, if these video games are going to be connected to, the movies and shows, how the hell, how are fans going to, react to that? That's something very different, very, very different. Marvel's not doing that. They're not, Spider-Man 2 isn't connected to Spider-Man 4. You know what I'm talking about? It's just not going to happen on the PS5. But man, this is very interesting, man. This is very interesting. Will Gal Gadot return as Wonder Woman? It's a possibility. There's still a lot of speculation going on with The Flash. That's supposed to do like a soft reboot. According to Grace Randolph, they legit got rid of all the alternative ending scenes. It's like with, Ben Affleck or Michael Keaton and, Gal Gadot, So I'm really curious to see how The Flash is going to adapt and, change the DCU forever. Because essentially that's what it's going to do, you guys. It's going to change everything. It's going to alter things. Will Ezra Miller come back? Look, I hope not. He's had his chance. I think it's time we move on. And that decision could ultimately affect a lot moving forward. A lot. Fans could be upset about, Ezra Miller returning to the role of the Flash with all of these allegations and all the stuff that he's done. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens, you guys. Like I said, this is only like the first part of chapter 1, and that's 10 projects. I'm like, man, you guys are really going for it. But I'm like, man, where do you fit all this stuff in? I mean, Superman comes out in 2025. That would probably be the only project from DCU Studios coming out that year. And then Batman, the Brave and the Bold comes out in 2026. But that's still, you have the Batman and, Batman and the Brave and Bold coming out a year apart. Like, it's odd to me. It really is. I don't know how they're going to handle that. And, I think ultimately it's going to shoot them in the foot not having just one cohesive universe where that Batman is a part of their DC universe. But they want to call it the Elseworlds and do the Joker and stuff like that, which, I'm excited for. I love the first Joker. It's $1 billion film. But curious to see what else Elseworlds stories that they plan on working. Because as of right now, it's just the Joker universe and Matt Reeves' the Batman universe. That's it. That's all they kind of announced for the Elseworlds stuff. But post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about DC's whole new chapter 1 slate. I really want to know you guys' thoughts and opinions on it, man. If I had to rank what I'm most looking forward to, it'd probably go something like this, you guys. Definitely at number 1, coming as Superman Legacy. Then I go the Swamp Thing. Then I go Lantern. Then I go Batman the Brave and the Bold. Then I probably go Supergirl. Then I'll probably go Wonder Woman. No, sorry. Supergirl. Then I'll probably go The Authority. Then probably Booster Gold, Paradise Lost, Waller, and probably Creature Commandos, man. But like I said, a very interesting slate, you guys. Post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. Peace.